feeling, man?
Loving life, man. Living life, man. Just as expected, you know. Down, stay blessed, and you know, living life, man.
For sure, for sure. I fuck with it, man. So just getting started, can you just tell the fans and supporters at least where your name came from exactly and how it came about?
For sure. I mean, Jodii BiXx. I mean, Mr. BiXx. It's something of an anomaly, man. Where that name came from, man, it was just blessed before it was even up for the test. I ain't studied for it, so yeah. Jodii, man, that's my real name, man, Joseph. But it's a combination of both my first middle name and BiXx. I mean, one day I was just thinking to myself, man, I'm gonna take this industry on fire, man. So what's the most fiery shit you got? You got a BiXx. So shit, we lit like BiXx, and everybody was just saying lit type shit. So it's like fuck it up for the one time, fuck it up.
No, definitely, I fuck with it, man. So, how long have you been doing music exactly?
Shit, I've been recording since I was about like 16, 17, so going on about like 13 years. So like 12, 13 years, man.
So, what age or what grade would you say you started rapping?
Shit, alright, so Lil Troy actually was an inspiration of why I started to rap. Lil Troy, man. I don't know if y'all too young for this, but I mean, you know, want to be a baller. You feel me?
We all about the same age. Remember?
You feel me? So just being a kid, you know, just growing up, I was just always writing. Like I always wrote, write. So I say about like the second or third grade, I was just starting writing, like actually like 2 pattern bars on a little yellow pad, and I ain't think nothing was gonna come from it ever, because I never really was, you know, serious about the shit. But I mean, when it caught on, it's
definitely
straight out of there, man. It wasn't no looking back. So that's the way I look at it. I was like, every grade, I just graduated.
So were you rapping in, what you say, elementary or middle school?
Shit, honestly, I didn't start really rapping real like bars or freestyling until I was like in high school, to be real, man. I didn't even want to like, not that I was nervous or shy, it was just that like, it was just always in the back of my mind, like these niggas ain't, what the shit I'm on is like even extraterrestrial type shit. So like me saying it that young and like, okay, he don't know what the fuck he talking about, he ain't never lived that life, but I seen it like through like family members and different type people in like situations. So that's where like, it's just the stories just as they accumulated in high school, I was like, okay, I got a story to tell. So.
Hey, you from the H?
Yeah, born and raised southwest side, man, north side a little bit. Beach Nut and Gessner, that's all I know.
Okay. So. Yeah, south side of Houston, man.
Yes, Sirski, man. Born and raised, man. I mean, I love the H, I love the city. I don't know if that shit is reciprocal, but I mean, shit, fuck it. It's all love. It's organic when you really look at the pattern of people and you gravitate and you manifest. So I think that the love is just Houston is a hard city. It's a blue collar city, so it's still like you gotta really it's almost like Tennessee, or like you really gotta like grind into that like.
So, well, I wanted to ask, as far as Houston, what's your favorite part about being from Houston?
Shit, the food.
Yeah, gotta love the food.
The food, for definitely shit, sure. I mean, of course, the women, weed, weather, all that shit, man. I mean, it's a pretty lit city, man. I mean, it's laid back, chill, man. People, you know, it's almost like it kind of got that country feel, because people still like, you know, they dap you up, piece you up all the time. So it's that love.
Like Southern hospitality.
Yeah, hospitality, man. It's just that genuine, like that do it to it fluid that everybody just, it kind of like, if you ain't got it onto it, it's gonna be syncopated into your DNA some kind of way. You eat the food, you're gonna be ingrained to it. You already a Houstonian. If you chill with, politic with a couple of elders, couple of OGs, you're already into it. You know, you already drifted into it. So that's what I love about the city.
No, definitely. Speaking of the city, you know, you got a lot of people that comes to Houston specifically for jewelry. You got Johnny Dan, you got Emmett, you know, you got a lot of big jewelers. So, yes, sir. So, just talking about the jewelry side of things, do you feel like you need the big diamonds and jewelry to stand out as an artist?
Fuck no, man. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Fuck no, man. You do not need it, man. I just put on, man. I was literally on a no chain campaign, man. I was like nowhere, no goddamn chains in 2021. But I was like, you know what? Like the kids, they see this shit like superhero shit. Cause really, this shit, the jewelry, the cars, the clothes, the swag, all that shit, the drip. Is all in you. Like, it's really what you make of it. Like, you could still pick up a lot of tracks and just by just wearing a play. You don't even have to wear teachers pump, throwing a flannel. Fuck it, just do what you want to do. It's whatever.
Cole said that. That's why I called him. You know, he don't wear designer.
Yeah, but you don't need it. Yeah,
it's not necessary. I mean, people think like once you get into a whole like, it's like a checklist with like, you know, the rapper's kit or whatever.
Yeah, the rapper's kit.
You gotta have your rapper's kit. And I'm like, well, shit. I mean, when I get to it, like, cause when I accumulated, I didn't like do this shit for the rap shit. I did this shit because like it's in my culture. It's like the same organicness that you kind of manifest. It comes back to you. You put it on. So you might catch me with a Libra chain because I'm a Libra. You might catch me with the BiXx chain because I mean the BiXx is lit. Or you might catch me with a goddamn evil eye chain. Hand campaign. But jewelry, man, it's for me though. It's like my cake. It's literally like just put on a cake.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense though, man. So, just being in the industry, what's some things that you would say that you learned, just from individuals in general teaching you?
Yeah.
Or one of the biggest lessons or concepts that you learned about the industry.
Shit, man, that's a great ass question, man. What I learned from the industry is somebody taught me, or I wouldn't even say somebody taught me. Somebody gave me some good advice recently that was just about staying consistent. I think being somebody that's been like putting in the grind for like 12 years of like independent, just self-releasing. I mean, I remember when this shit was just SoundClick and Reverb Nation type shit. I literally come from the generation before SoundCloud, so when it was on the SoundCloud, it was like it wasn't really the same like patterns. Like YouTube was still in like infancy, like Facebook, Twitter, like Instagram. I feel like I'm dinosaur kind of talking on this shit, but it's like not as minuscule when you think about like to how like that 2014 kind of bubble kind of like it gapped off, and by 2016 shit, you put one song, you stream a mill off SoundCloud, boom bada. But like now with the industry, man, it just taught me like adaptability, consistency and adaptability, and just trying to like when you get that real pattern, that wave, crack the code, that algorithm is right there. You just got to keep grinding, putting in that work.
Speaking of the algorithm, and I want to get big on social media. Like, how do you feel? Like, how much do you need? An artist needs social media to get big in the game?
Shit, not really that much, man. You just really gotta like. For me, I think like people are so. I'm trying to like push back the regression. I'm trying to do the regression of social media because really, I come from the '90s where this shit was at your truck. I'm trying to like incorporate like what's the DNA of, that underground, but still like cracking that notch. So like with social media, yes, it's essential, but it's not like quintessential. It's not the most like all do and do. You still gotta have the talent. And I think that's what a lot of people get confused about. Is like, yeah, you got these, these drill TikTok rappers like switching up old school samples, and it's lit. I love it. I got plenty of songs that y'all really for real fuck with your boy. It's on there, but it's like that's not if you don't have like and even like with just the pattern of like social media, like you don't have to be all too into it, because I think with like where you had like the people who was just so like back to back with it, like you don't have like the artists like Kendrick that like take like a couple of years back and like, yo, he ain't always on.
You saying quality over quantity?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then like when you really get to that, like you can always balance that qualitative factor. The quantity is gonna keep right back up with it. You could keep on going but still that you can't like break off from what's pure, what's quality, what's really driven towards your analytics. And people, I feel like they're starting to get over to what the the social media influencers and the real artists are nowadays. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
My next question would be, if there was something about the industry that you could change, what would it be?
Yeah, shit. Do we got time?
We got time. Let's go.
We got time. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I don't know if I touched on it earlier, but like motherfucking reciprocity, man. I mean, I feel like people are gonna be people. That's nature. But I mean, when it comes to like, if we're applying as artists consistency, then that should be it given back to us. There should be retribution towards that. And what I mean by that is like, if you say you're gonna fuck with me, that's what I'm like trying to really get my Bicky heads to be about. Cause like my fans really do fuck with me. It's like, if you like, don't be a fair weather like fan. Like don't say you want support and then like the next like minute I hit you up and it's like dry as fuck. And that's what I don't like about it. It's like a lot of people like they'll give you that face value type shit and they be like saying to you like, like, yeah, I'm a repost. Like, it don't cost to pay. I just tweeted that the other day. Like, it don't cost to, like, motherfucking support. You know? Like, it just shouldn't. You feel me? It's just a like, a repost, or like, or shit tapping. Like, hey, what you doing this weekend? I got this seminar going. You should hit it up. There's a lot of investors, a lot of, people to network with. It's like, I get the emphasis of networking, but at the same token, it's like, it kind of comes with a price tag. You kind of got to pay to play. You got to kind of like, even if you ain't playing yourself, you gotta like kind of like maneuver within yourself. Like, okay, like I see where this person is going. They probably not gonna rock with the movement like wholeheartedly because my like the way I'm going is a different path. So like I see you at the top, but it's like I would wish that we would all come together as a market, as an industry. It's a little bit more like, okay, I got faith in this person. Let me like really care about like where this person is trying to get to when it comes to getting to the bag. And I feel like independent artists has that biggest struggle is like, okay, how do I transition into being an artist to being a businessman, a business acumen, being stronger to my management informations, and how do I build systems to where my children can have generational wealth and all the A to Z's, man. It just goes with it.
Yeah. I was going to say because you know, people say Atlanta, where artists is incubating out of there.
Everybody like shows love. Like I think that's what at Loud, man, everybody was saying like, damn, like it feels like kind of like a piece of Atlanta because like Atlanta is so for their people. Like their artists, they treat them like literally like you hear about like
from Outkast all the way to Lil Baby, they all was in one dungeon just working together.
Literally, you can't even say Future without having a Future conversation. Man. You feel me? Because it's like the past 15 years, dude, literally been that dude. So it's like, okay, I see like, you know, even like shit, like people from Florida, man, or like even like, you know, the Yaks or like anybody like correspondent is like, man, they really stick up for Florida, or they stick up for South Memphis, or they stick up for, you know, Southside, where the fuck they from. But it's like, if they fall off, they not gonna be like, oh, where the fuck he at? Like, nah, he cooking up. He's still in the dungeon. He's still, you know, getting that motion potion together. But like, like honestly, I ain't gonna even stunt. And this is what I don't like about my city is that like they don't really like our attention span is like that. Like 1 minute we on some shit, the next minute some nigga from Detroit, and the next nigga is like from Ohio or some like, you know, out of nowhere space, and then it's like, damn, we giving so much love to
everybody else but people from age.
Yeah, you feel me? That's really into this shit, like grew up into this shit, like went through all the like everything, like it's not reciprocated.
Yeah, it's real because we always talk about that the Houston talent. We got a big pool of talent.
Of course.
From Travis, Meg, Beyonce, all the way down because we know artists.
International, yeah.
Kinderman, Mona
Leo, yes, a lot of artists.
I want to say Erica Banks, yeah.
We keep going in Houston, but like you said, like we missing that part where we could just be bigger than what we are. Like Atlanta rappers, we know Atlanta rappers we never even seen before.
Never even seen before, and then the factor it is like really it's just influential. Like I feel like the talent, I ain't gonna even stunt. It's kind of becoming like liquidated because people is like they trying to get that fast, quick buck. They trying to get that #1 billboard. So it's like they're not really invested into the time. Like artist development, I feel like it shouldn't be so like run down to where it's like we want to get these like manufactured artists to where they're not even like comprehending what's coming at them, like the lifestyle, the pace of it, the adaptability of it. It's not all there, and it's not that we really need artist development. If you're an artist, you were an artist before you even was calling yourself an artist. Really, what the fuck is that? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is an artist development? Yeah, you already got it. Like at any age and stage. When you look at Stevie Wonder, fucking like old school people, they were like 12, 11 years. Fucking Mozart, that nigga was like 9 years old or some shit. Right, like, come on, he was 32, he was living rock star dreams, and he was gone. It was like, what is left? So it's like, I'm not saying I'm like some motherfucking yay version of genius type shit, like where it's like you got to be like already like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, but it's like, damn, like take the time to let the artist be an artist. Like give them the space to create, to manifest, to figure this shit out, because there's no insurance for hip hop. I was just saying that shit the other day. I wish it was. God damn it.
And you see, a few people said this before, but I know Sauce Walker said it the other day where he said people rather jam out-of-state artists rather than their own city.
Yes.
And that's a fact, because you can go and ask anybody, even your friends, what artists are you listening to? They're not from Houston, they're from Atlanta, from Chicago.
New York, LA.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to better my weather here. I'm trying to take LA. I've been saying this shit for like 3 years. I'm trying to take LA and Atlanta and put that shit into Houston, because I feel like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, that should be, we should be doing Coachellas, concerts. Yeah. We should be doing South by Southwest. What the fuck are we doing? Like, we did Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Like, we drained the Super Bowls. Like, we done did that shit already. So that's why you got niggas like 50 Cent coming here trying to invest, trying to get on this gaming money, because people see him.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Aisha got it. Everybody really got like a little something down here.
Yes, little hub. Yeah, Shaq is up the street. Bullshit. Like Shaq is really, you know what I'm saying? So everybody building into this industry of NFTs. That's another thing that I just want to touch on a little bit, because people like see the marketability of Houston. They really do see that, oh shit, like this really Space City, Drip City, Houston's, they really into this shit. So it's like, it's like almost like we give, because we're such a warm, like we want to give people that love, but at the same time, it's not really taught or ingrained. It's kind of like shit. You got that parent who's cool with everybody else's kids, but behind closed doors, they're like cussing your ass out and they saying some bullshit. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you treat other people's kids better than you treat your own kids. That's how Houston kind of is. It's like, yeah, we treat you on the weekends and holidays, but your birthdays, but it's like, what the fuck else is there left? Like, you just, in the wintertime, I'm gonna say it like this, in the wintertime, when my shit got cut off and nobody was really fucking with me, all y'all motherfuckers, and I'm pointing to my phone because y'all want to hit me up and shit, and it's like y'all wasn't really fucking with me when I was like broke. I ain't had not one Christmas present. Like, I ain't had not one phone call. I ain't had like, and I don't think about sentimental shit like that because there's been plenty of Christmases where I noticed, oh shit, hey, what the fuck? Hey, I'm at the wrong goddamn Christmas tree, at the wrong goddamn dinner table. Like, what the fuck is going on? But it's like, damn, like barely like 6 weeks ago, like I went from like EBT to BET, so it's like. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. Like, it's like you could do this shit and be like who you want to be. It doesn't matter. I'm not fucking. And that's why I'm saying, like, Houston has that international market. We got that market. It's just we don't want to invest the time. That's really the biggest thing.
I could see Houston becoming the next LA. We have all the resources out here.
I mean, we have traffic like LA.
You got traffic like it.
Well, Chicago, LA, it's like the same thing. People tell me like, man, Chicago is not as bad as this. Like, how the fuck? I've never been. How the fuck? I've been to LA, but how the fuck is this? It's a very similarity. So I'm like, okay, well, y'all got subways and fucking trolleys and shit, so that makes it different, I guess. It's like we got the metro, baby. That shit is running all damn day. Like,
all day.
It's not. I literally came from that nigga. Like, he don't fucking know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it can't be on you. It got to be in you. Yeah, you feel me? And that's what I'm saying. Like, even earlier with the kids, like the drip and the jury and the schlingo, the lingo. Y'all gonna learn about that shit in a minute, but it's not all about that. It's all about the schmidget things that you saw yourself and you like, man, I was here last year. Man, I was here last year. Look at how I'm like stepping up the ladder, you know? Exactly. And that's the inspiration behind it. It's like, all right, I'm trying to like manipulate time because time is on my side on some Rolling Stones. Like, I'm trying to like manipulate to where it's like I could sanction myself to be something to somebody else besides myself. Being an entity besides just the shit I see on TV. Because this ain't just no love and hip hop bullshit, you know?
I agree.
It's life, man. It's real rap, real cat.